I'm just showing this Yamaha PF 80. I'm not going to go through all the different sounds, but I grew up with two grand pianos in the house because my mom was one of the top classical piano teachers in the world. She was one of the founding members of the Southwestern Youth Music Festival. I grew up hearing great. This keyboard is a step beyond anything I've ever had. I've owned a lot of keyboards. I'm mostly a guitar player, but I've used keyboards for my recordings and played on. And the thing about this keyboard, it's an older one, is I think it was made at a time when they didn't need to use cheap parts like today. They used big audiophile grade, transistors and parts. It's got two built-in 18-watt amps, and my one of my roommates just came out and said, "Man, that's loud. It's not even on half volume, and you can hear the quality." And the chorus is just amazing. The chorus, this keyboard is just really musical. I mean, if you're into recording and stuff, it reminds me of more of like a keyboard sound that you'd get from maybe an old 60s keyboard. I kind of think of the Doors a little bit. I mean, it's got lots of different sounds and everything. It's also MIDI. It can be a controller. This is really, and what I really like about it too, it's got built-in treble, mid, and bass, so you can kind of tweak the tone a little bit. This is kind of like an old school sounding keyboard, but with modern, features like the MIDI and the things like that. But man, it just sounds really good. It really has a sound. I'm pretty blown away by this keyboard, and I really want to keep it because I write and play kind of new age piano stuff, even though I'm mostly a guitar player. And this thing, and I love it. It's touch sensitive. You can play soft, or it responds. But it just has such a great tone, and it's got different. It's got different sounds. I tend to just really love the keyboard piano sound on this keyboard with the chorus. But I'm not trying to oversell. I'm just trying to say this has got a special sound. You don't see that many of these for sale. I can see why. Because like I said, a lot of keyboards have come through. My wife teaches keyboard and guitar, and she's bought keyboards for her students and stuff, and most of them sound okay, but they really sound like a toy. This does not sound like a toy. This sounds like somebody really did the research and development, and I think also because this was made at a time when Yamaha was really trying to put themselves on the map as a major manufacturer of things, other than motorcycles, right? And boy, they didn't hold back on this. That's why, like I said, the sounds on it. I don't even have it at half volume, and it's filling. This is a pretty good sized living room. It's filling the whole living room. But if you're into recording and you want to add some nice thickness and nice kind of older, more analog tones, this is an amazing keyboard. It's almost a little too loud for me sitting here. I've got it somewhere around half. But even at low volume, it has a really good voice. So this is a simple demo. I'm not trying to show I'm not trying to show every tone, but I just the main thing I think the strongest thing about this keyboard is it's got real sound. It's got real tone. I mean, this is not a toy. It's got a metal casing on it. The thing's heavy. It weighs about 73 pounds, which is good because it's not just the metal that makes it heavy. It's the high grade power amps, the two 18-watt amps inside of it, the high grade power amps. like I said, oversized audiophile grade, big transistors, not the cheap little things that you find, This reminds me of some of the older, stereo receivers. Because I'm an audiophile, I've had some older receivers by Pioneer or Technics, Panasonic, where the receiver weighed 80 pounds, heavy as shit, because it's got large, huge transistors and big, capacitors and, big power amps and just really, really high grade parts, the power amp parts and all those little goodies and larger transformers and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, I pretty much fell in love with this keyboard after I got it, but I collect guitars and I got my eye on another guitar, and I would really love to keep this, but where I live, I've got so much stuff already. And it comes with a sustain pedal. But the sound is just so thick and beautiful. I mean, it's just like I said, and then I'm not overselling it, it's just night and day between. If you want to get some of that kind of Doors vibe in your sound, it's really kind of hard for me to explain it, but this has just got like a 60s voicing to the different piano sounds and whatnot. It's just got it's got the woodiness and the grand piano sampling sound and everything, it's got that. Like I said, you can adjust the treble and the high, which is really cool. So now I just slightly adjusted the mid and the high, and it brought out a little more. It brought out a little bit more of that piano tone. So it's pretty cool, Anyway. Alright, nice keyboard. Alright, hit me up if you're interested.